Hey, what's up everybody, it's me Ish, and you are now watching Just Money, where we talk about financial related topics such as credit, real estate, loans, and other money related topics. So if that's something you're into, then you're probably going to want to consider subscribing. But in this video, I will be talking about how I received a credit limit increase through Navy Federal Credit Union and how you too can receive one as well. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So for those that don't know, I bank with a credit union called Navy Federal Credit Union. And this credit union bank is arguably the best bank that you could possibly bank with in America. They're known to give high limits on credit cards, low interest rates, no money down mortgages, and plenty of other amazing things. The only catch is though, to receiving all of those nice features is you have to be banking with them in order to qualify for all that. If you guys want to know on how to bank with Navy Federal Credit Union, then there's other videos on my channel explaining how you too can bank with them, because not anybody can just bank with them. I'll leave them in the description below for you guys so you guys can check that out. But one of the reasons why I bank with Navy Federal Credit Union personally is because I wanted to get high limits on my credit cards. And again, Navy Federal Credit Union is known for giving high limits on credit cards. If you're looking to get a credit card from Navy Federal Credit Union and you're wondering when is a good time to apply, well, that answer honestly just depends. Bottom line is that as soon as you start banking with Navy Federal Credit Union, then you can apply for a credit card immediately. You can apply for one of their credit cards immediately, but you might not get the desired amount that you wanted. Navy Federal Credit Union is known to be a relationship-based bank, meaning the longer you bank with them and the more business you associate yourself with them, then they're more inclined to do more for you as a consumer. When I first started banking with Navy Federal Credit Union, I personally waited 3 months to apply for my first credit card. And the reason I did that is because, again, Navy Federal Credit Union is a relationship-based bank, so I kind of wanted to have some history with them first before I applied for my first credit card. And honestly, I'm glad I waited 3 months, because when I applied for my first credit card, they gave me a $15,700 credit limit. Now, I could have applied for the credit card immediately right after I signed up with them, but I might not have got that amount. The credit card that I decided to go with is the Navy Federal Platinum Credit Card. I chose this card personally because there were no annual fees, low interest rates, and on balance transfers, they had an extremely low APR for the first 12 months, so I definitely knew that this was the card for me. I have another credit card with Chase Bank called the Freedom Unlimited card, and that credit limit on that card is $14,700. So I was expecting at least a $20,000 credit limit from Navy Federal Credit Union. Honestly, me seeing the $15,700 credit limit that I got from Navy Federal Credit Union on my Platinum card was cool. But honestly, I was a little disappointed because I didn't get over a $20,000 credit limit, because I got roughly the same amount that I already had on my Chase Freedom Unlimited credit card. I've heard plenty of stories from a lot of people that they got over a $20,000 credit limit with Navy Federal Credit Union on their first try, so that's kind of what I was expecting for myself. Not to mention I have an excellent credit score, so I was almost sure I was going to get the $20,000 limit. But I know I can't expect too much because I was only banking with them for only 3 months. Now fast forward 6 months later, I'm looking to get a new credit card so that way I can do a balance transfer, and I get denied for a credit card from Wells Fargo due to the fact that I have too many hard inquiries. So then what I do is go to Navy Federal Credit Union because they have their own lending guidelines, which is fantastic. And I apply for another Navy Federal Platinum credit card and they give it to me. I'm approved. In a normal situation with another bank, they would not have gave me another credit card due to my hard inquiries. But again, Navy Federal Credit Union has their own lending guidelines. They end up giving me another credit card with the amount of $3,000, and that was totally fine with me because that's all I needed. So now I have 2 Navy Federal credit cards at this point with a total amount of $18,700. I try to get a credit limit increase a few months later, but I get denied because Navy Federal Credit Union has something called A913 Rule. Pretty much what the 913 Rule is, you have to wait 91 days or 3 billing statements after getting a credit card or requesting a credit line increase. Otherwise, you're gonna get denied. So if you're looking to get another credit card or you're trying to get a credit limit increase from Navy Federal Credit Union, then just make sure to use the 913 Rule. And I'll go over when is a good time to apply and a hack that you guys can do later on in this video, so keep watching. So recently nowadays, I got an automatic credit line increase without asking. Now, I've been banking with Navy Federal Credit Union for over 2 years now, and I have a pledge loan with these guys, I have an auto loan with these guys, and I have 2 credit cards that I use and pay every month. And since I'm doing a lot of business with Navy Federal Credit Union, then I guess they felt inclined to give me an automatic credit limit increase without asking. And honestly, I think it was because one day I went out, I spent $1,200 using my Navy Fed Platinum credit card, and I paid it back the very next day. And I truly feel because I did that, they gave me an $8,000 credit limit increase. Literally, as soon as I paid it off like a day later, then they gave me a credit limit increase, an automatic credit limit increase without asking. So that right there just goes to show, just keep using your card. If you keep using your card, then you'll get a credit limit increase soon enough. So the new amount that I have on just one of my Navy Fed cards is $23,700, and combined with my other 3K limit card, that's a total of $26,700 with both cards combined, just from Navy Federal alone, because I do have other credit cards. Honestly, not gonna lie, I was so happy because it was literally so random and I just wasn't expecting it, like, literally at all. But honestly, I've been banking with these guys for over 2 years. I have a direct deposit set up, I have an auto loan with these guys, I have a pledged loan, and I use my cards every month. So yeah, I then later found out that usually after about 6 months, they give you an automatic credit limit increase without asking. And the evaluation for an automatic increase uses a soft pull, so that doesn't affect your credit score. While Navy Federal will periodically review your account, there's no guarantee that they will give you an automatic credit limit increase. You can, however, help your chances though by paying on time and keeping your credit utilization below 30%. And you can choose to turn off automatic credit limit increases if you don't want that. And I know what you're thinking, why would you not want an automatic credit limit increase? The reason why some people don't want an automatic credit limit increase is because if you go ahead and ask for a credit limit increase yourself, you could put a desired amount wanted and you might be able to get more than automatically been given what they gave you. So you might get a bigger increase amount than what they had already gave you, pretty much. Some people like to shoot for the stars and get as much credit as they can, which is totally fine. In fact, I would actually recommend that you guys do it this way, because by sometimes getting an automatic credit limit increase, you kind of sell yourself short and you want to be shooting for the stars at all times. When applying for a credit limit increase, I would recommend that you guys ask for the maximum amount that you are eligible to receive. That's how I would word that. If you end up asking for a specific number for whatever reason, just make sure you guys give a high number so that way you don't sell yourself short. Navy Federal will either give it to you or they will do a counter offer to you. So just see what you guys can run with. Okay, so some questions some people might have is, when will I be eligible for a credit limit increase without asking? You may be eligible for a credit limit increase without asking after 6 to 12 months of making your payments on time every month with the credit card that you're trying to receive the credit limit increase. These credit card companies need evidence that you can handle your current spending limits responsibly before giving you the ability to borrow more. And credit limit increases are good because the more credit you have, the lower your utilization goes down. 65% of your credit score comes from payment history and utilization. So that's 35% from payment history alone, and then credit utilization is another 30%. So both of those together are 65%. Those two are the main parts of your credit. The less credit utilization you have, the more higher your credit score goes. Also, if you guys are finding this information helpful, if you guys can hit the like button for me, I truly appreciate that. But anyways, when applying for a credit line increase, you always want to apply on the app or online, so that way you can reduce your chances of getting a hard pull. I would recommend that you do not attempt the credit line increase through a customer service line, because they're gonna do a hard pull on your credit and you don't want any hard inquiries. Usually if it's closer to after 91 days, they won't typically do a hard pull, but if you wait closer to towards a year, then they might do a hard pull on your credit. And the reason for that is because your credit hasn't been pulled in a while, so it kind of does need to be pulled so they can check your credit score. After you submit a request for a credit limit increase, it usually takes about 1 to 2 business days to get approved after requesting it. And just remember, it's never guaranteed that you'll actually be granted one. Okay, now here's a hack for you guys that made it to the end of the video and kept watching. So there's also something called a late night hack. What the late night hack is, apply for a credit limit increase after 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, after all the credit staff goes home. This will increase the odds of your approval of the credit limit increase. And for those that want to get a credit limit increase without asking, like an automatic one, then just pay your bills on time. That's the best thing you can do, is just pay your bills on time and use your credit card. And another thing you can do is just update your income on the app. These steps won't guarantee you a credit limit increase without asking, but they will certainly help your chances. A few reasons that you might be denied for a credit limit increase is because your account is too new, or you probably just didn't do the 913 rule, or maybe you reached the maximum limit amount that Navy Federal Credit Union offers on credit cards. And also, for those wondering, all Navy Federal's credit cards have a limit of $50K besides the black flagship credit card. That limit is $80K. And please note that the maximum amount that you can possibly get for unsecured credit cards with Navy Federal Credit Union is 3, so choose wisely. But yeah, that's pretty much my story on how I got a $23,700 credit limit on just one card with Navy Federal Credit Union. And I'm still honestly hyped about that to this day, because it's like, whoa bro, 23,000. Whoa. But anyways, if you guys made it to the end of the video, then I truly do appreciate you guys. We're almost at 3,000 subscribers at the time of this recording, so I appreciate y'all who watch. I do post every Sunday and Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Coast time, so be there. If you guys want to get high limits on credit cards, or you guys want to know more about other financial topics, then I would definitely consider subscribing. And for those that don't know, I am a real estate agent here in Southern California, so if you're looking to buy or sell or have any questions in regards to real estate, then I'd be more than happy to help you out. All my information will be in the description below. Also, depending on the time you're watching this video, I will be a licensed mortgage loan originator, so we'll be funding loans as well. My name is Ish, and I'll see you next video. Thanks.